Never mind the one, I want the whole tub. Bonnie?
Your hand's in the way.
Oh, good girl. Oh, you show us all your lovely bits.
Alright.
So cute. Right. Hello and welcome back to our channel. I'm Debbie.
I'm Darren.
And it's Vlogmas Day
19.
19. Now, yesterday...
6 days to go.
Yesterday you might have noticed it was 7 days to go.
It was.
And Darren informed me that next Saturday...
Yeah, it's Christmas
Day.
And he's like, really? I said, yes, it's only 7 days to go.
I think I've been living in denial, actually.
Yeah.
Bonnie?
Yeah, as I say, Debbie thinks denial's a river in Africa or Egypt.
Yeah, this is true. Last night we were playing with the hamsters.
Yep.
And we try and do different film guesses, like charades with them.
Okay.
Would you like to see Darren's charade?
Oh.
Go on, because you teamed up with Bonnie last night. So go on. I'll do the hand movement, you do the same.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
Will you stop trying to show them your nun? Nobody wants to see that, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. You've got a very healthy tongue and teeth. And your undercarriage is nice and clean. But you do have a food problem. I mean, I'm not being funny. She hasn't quite figured out how to unscrew lids, but she does give it a go.
She's got a head like a rattlesnake. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Yeah, that would be snakes on a plane.
No, it wouldn't.
No?
No.
Oh!
That would be Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. Of course it's Indiana Jones.
That's Raiders. No, it wasn't even that. It was Raiders of the Lost Ark.
So yeah, if it gives you the idea of playing animal charades, go for it. I love it. It's usually just a fun way of getting them to health check, to be fair. Making sure that all their limbs and everything are moving beautifully and things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
As you saw the dance yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with earbud. You can't touch this. Ding, ding, ding.
Actually, I wish you'd have videoed it closer to his feet. Because,
yeah, I know. His feet go across.
He's got like pantaloon things going on. So he looks like MC Hammer in those baggy trousers. Leave the hamster alone.
He's not a hamster, he's an elf.
That's what I meant.
Right.
Right, let's get you back in your cage because you want to go to bed now. You've got your food.
Yep. Right.
Right, so look what I've been given. Yay.
Okay.
She's quite happily ensconced now.
She is.
The thing is, I mean, you can tell when a hamster's in distress and she is not showing any signs of distress. She's perfectly happy.
Or that stress.
The only stress she gets is that we don't give her enough treats. But if we gave her what she deemed to be enough treats, we wouldn't get her out of the cage. Right. What day am I looking for anyway, peoples? Shout it if you know it. Be day 18, wouldn't it? Or was that yesterday? I can't remember. I can find 19. Will that do?
19 will do, yeah.
That's why I can't find 18 then.
Yeah. 18 was the 7 days to go one.
Trying to fool me with your logic. Right, and sure enough,
6 days to go.
Icing.
Yeah.
So we are right.
Yep.
Right. Now then. This feels flat.
Yeah. It's flat packed.
Yay! Some really nice, cool new earrings.
Yay.
You know, when I get out,
You're not going to know what to wear.
I'm not going to know what to wear and what to put on.
When you get out, you want to get another set of ears done.
I do, yes.
Yeah. Another set of holes.
I do, because I love my earrings, but I like to wear drop earrings, but I've got some gorgeous stud earrings, so I figure that if I have them done just above the hole sort of thing, I can wear both. It's not that I'm greedy, I just want 2 lots of holes, as it were.
Yeah.
am I doing? Look at this. Right, well, that went in easy enough.
I did.
I've sort
I
of
did.
surprised myself, if I'm honest.
Oh. Ugh.
Your father's being a smarty pants.
My father isn't.
I was talking to hamsters. No. Right. There we go.
Yep.
Now then.
And da 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 da
Thank you.
da 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 da.
This seems to get heavier every day.
Yes, I know.
Lighter.
Yes,
Right.
you keep putting stuff back in it.
So I'm looking for day, what, 18?
19.
19. I'm looking for day 19.
Candelicious.
Ooh, crikey, this is not an angle that's comfortable. Right. I know I could have done that differently, but why? When you can be awkward about it.
That's right.
So exciting. It's a ball.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells nice.
So that other one wasn't then?
No, so this is the Hufflepuff one, so the other one would have been a golden snitch one.
Yeah.
Which is what you said.
Mm.
But yeah, you can't smell anything
Well, it could have been an
through
egg,
the packet.
sort of
But we know that from the other bit that they tend to smell like Satsumas, which
Hufflepuff.
I really love.
I don't know, you can just smell the...
You can smell the cleanness.
No, the
bomb.
Can't think what it is now. The bit that fizzes.
Oh,
The active part that makes it fizz.
all right.
I can't think what it is. My mind's gone.
Baking soda, I'm sorry.
It's like that, but it's
Soda crystals? I don't know.
No, it's not cider crystals. Cider crystals are caustic.
Oh yeah, I suppose that wouldn't be a good idea. Don't do that.
Well, no, it clean your skin.
Yeah, but you can clean it off.
Of skin. Clean your body of skin.
Please don't do that.
There you go. You sound like an American president there. Yeah, so you can cure COVID by drinking bleach.
Yeah. Don't do that. And yes, that was actually something that was said by a president, not the current one.
No.
The one that shall not be named.
The one that looked like his parents had sex with a what's it?
No, you behave yourself. Now then, I'm looking for number 19, yes?
Yes.
I found number 18.
Yeah? I'm not surprised. Number 18's been opened.
There it is. Why is it? The ones I have difficulty finding, I end up finding the next day, no problem whatsoever. Right, this looks...
like homemade cookies from the thing. It's at the top. My top. Yeah.
It's also on the bottom.
Yeah.
That doesn't smell like cookies to me.
No, it never does.
No. That's the only one they're lacking. It's not unpleasant, actually. It has got scent to it, which is more than can be said for the ones we're going to be doing shortly.
Yeah.
But yes.
Right. Grace's Court.
Thank you.
Don't know what she's called, but she's called something.
No, that's right.
Right.
I think what I'll do is possibly light a tea, like while we're doing the Sherlock Holmes one.
Yeah.
There are no hamsters out at that point, and we can discuss the scent.
Yeah.
Right, I'm looking for number 19.
You are, yes.
Dear God. Started watching Christmas films day before yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
And I was watching Morse yesterday. I just fancied it. Oh,
What colour's that?
it smells like a toilet.
It looks like a turd.
No, it doesn't. It's pink.
Christmas, is it? No, it's not. It's
no,
brown.
It isn't. It's that dull sort of
It's
pink.
a brown one. It's Christmas pudding and brandy. Christmas pudding and brandy butter.
No, it's
Cocoa and log fire.
No. Not unless the log
Roasted chestnuts.
No, it smells like pine, Darren. Have a sniff.
Yeah, it's because it's come from something else, isn't it? Yeah, that smells like.
Fair,
it does smell like pine. It smells like toilets.
Yeah, not unpleasant toilets. I mean, it's a clean smell. It's just it's such a shame, isn't it?
The smell all went across.
Yeah.
Well, no, it didn't. The smell went across, didn't it?
Yeah. I like mine to smell like jasmine. Mind you, I like mine to smell like most things can smell like
So,
jasmine.
who's Jasmine and what does she smell like?
Beautiful
There you go.
Indian girl at school was called Jasmine.
Yeah.
She was lovely, really quiet, very timid little thing. Because I still think of them as children, even though I was a child at the time, which is weird. But no, really, really sweet girl. Not a nasty bone in her body. Right. Oh my God, why did I do that? I do apologise.
You've done it again.
Do you want to have a sniff?
No, I'm all right. So, seeing your expression on it when you sniffed it twice.
Well, to be fair, you know what it was that shocked me most of all? Was it smelled of something. It's cinnamon.
It smelled of something.
Yeah, it sort of smells like cinnamon and dirty socks. It's very specific, I know, but there you go.
Right, 19.
I know. I found it.
Bottom right.
You're not supposed to tell me. Oh, look, you've sunk. No, there's no number down there, dear. Come on. Oh, I say, Darren. Oh, dear. Right, come here.
Oh, dear.
Oh, blimey. I feel like a midwife. Right.
Oh,
That is rather jazzy.
that's quite a nice colour.
It's almost tortoiseshell-y. That
This
is
one.
quite...
Gremlin snacks.
I've got a gremlin Furby.
Gremlin snacks. You have got gremlin Furby, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's
You don't smell like that.
no, it's the
It's not actually, don't get me wrong.
No, but that's gremlin though. It wasn't that bad.
It's not unpleasant. It's just it's a lot of different scents at once.
But yeah, he said gremlins.
It was a bit
Gremlin
of a shock
ones was
I love gremlins. Actually, we watched that today.
But he wasn't a gremlin, he was a mogwai.
Yeah,
he was.
But we
You've
should
got
watch Gremlins 1 and 2 today. Well, just Gremlins and Gremlins.
Gremlins. I'd be interested to see what it's got because I only ever saw Gremlins 2 at the cinema.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh no, I've seen that quite a few times.
But I don't know what it's got on the bit because it had a bit with Hulk Hogan in it. Because Hulk Hogan was at the cinema, and they broke the cinema. They broke the film on the screen at the cinema, and Hulk Hogan got up and started having a go at the Gremsters. You can get the Hulksters. And it went back on, but apparently that's not on the bit because that was only at the cinema.
I mean, the thing is, we were quite lucky because we grew up in a time of mogwais, of never-ending stories.
Yes, but the bit you say like, so we grew up with. You've put it in the same bit as a family film because we grew up with a lot, as a lot of people who are on here are the same sort of age.
Gizmo.
Because everyone was convinced that Gremlins was a family film, and we watched it as a family film.
But they didn't have ratings in those days.
Yes, they did. They did then. Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was only videos that didn't have ratings.
Oh, do you want a funny story, people?
Yeah.
My dad, he took us to the video shop. It was a real treat because normally I think Mum was working or doing some sort of course or something. So he took us to Blockbuster's video and he picked out a film for us called American Rabbit, and we thought great because bunny on the cover. Not quite sure if that was the actual name of the film, but that's what I remember it. And he left me and my brother to it in the front room, doing odds and bods sort of thing, whatever dads do. And mooching, I suppose, is the word. I always imagine something with tools. But no, anyway, back to the point. Welcome to my world. He came running into the front room because we started screaming. And the reason we started screaming was because it turned out it wasn't a nice little cartoony thing with bunnies on. I just watched... First of all, it was all right because, like, this bunny got blown up to absolutely massive proportions. And we were fine with that because he's still a bunny. It was when he bit the head off of one of the scientists. Now, my brother was about 3, so I'd have been about 5 at the time, something like that.
Yeah, they didn't have certificates then.
No, but the point is, I think my dad always made sure he read the back of the video after that, what it actually involved. But yeah, dear.
Yeah, I watched one.
That was terrifying.
I watched one when I was little. It was called Monster Club.
Oh, I don't know. It was I've heard of that one.
No, it wasn't bad. Most of it was all right, but it was one. It was the bloke was in a. He went into this club, but it was all full of monsters. There's Vincent Price in it, and it was all different stories. And I remember bits. I remember like the vampire got staked, and he was all right, and the bloke, people are all crying and bits like that. His family are crying and bits like that. And he pulls it out. He always wears a stake-proof vest. But it was one. The woman his bloke's wife got burnt. If you look at the special effects now, it's dreadful. But I say the word,
it's like
her face got burnt like that, and then she came back to him at night. It's all burnt up face and bits was dripping off her like that. So you can still love me and bits like that. And yeah, that wasn't good. Cause I was about 5 or 6 at the time. Because so it was when videos first came out, and it wasn't until about mid to late 80s actually certified videos over it.
Yeah.
Because that's where you got all the video nasties.
I mean,
because when they started certifying them, there were ones they wouldn't actually give a certificate for. But you look at them now and they're crap.
So you'd get video and DVD clubs, and they'd actually go door to door.
Yeah.
DVDs. To rent DVDs.
We used to go down a Port
bit like Love Film sort of thing, only it was done in person once a week. And
no, we used to go down to the local video shop.
Yeah, no, I think this was a group of young men that sort of took their own initiative. They bought the DVDs, and then it was probably illegal to be perfectly fair, but you don't. Not if you bought
the rental videos, because the rental videos cost more money.
They were rental ones
because they're big ones, so they cost more money.
They were all rental ones, to be fair, so that's possibly why they didn't have a problem then. But reminiscing.
Right. And it is music, and we know what that means.
Music time means
hamster time.
Young Victory, as you can see, I've prepared snacks, but he probably won't.
No.
Right, what's this one? Oh, Little Town of Bethlehem. Oh, I do like this.
I know that one. Yeah. Oh, Little Town of Bethlehem.
That was lovely. Oh, I did like that one. You say thank you, good boy.
Yeah.
That was really good. Now then, do you want to go back in your ball, Victory?
Or in your hat.
Or in your hat. Victory decided to go back in his strawberry, which I've newly decked out. So he's got quite a fetching purple thing going on from small pajama bottoms.
Yep.
I use most things. Right. What I mean by that is I use most things, like reuse.
Yeah.
Right, False Charity. Now, I read it through and I kept thinking, must be American. Why would they have Winston Churchill? So that's as far as I got on it. Was sort of like something was really off, and I couldn't quite understand because I'd never heard of Jane Austen or Winston Churchill being used on bits like that, and I just found the whole thing quite peculiar.
Yeah.
So I said to Darren, I haven't got a clue, but blah. And you said.
They're fake notes.
Yeah.
Now, I believe Jane Austen's on it now. I believe William Churchill's on it now. But that also mentioned about pound notes. Now, if it was pound notes, that was the early 80s. And as far as I know, the only person that was on a pound note was Robbie Louis Stevenson.
He's clever, isn't he?
I've got 4 in the bedroom.
All right. I was going to say I've never seen a pound note, let alone,
No?
no.
I've got some in there. They're all consecutive.
Uh-huh. But no.
But yeah, so because the people on it aren't real, or the people on it aren't on notes, so they're counterfeit. Whether all of them are or not, or just them. But some of them definitely weren't. So
that's Darren's guess on it. What did our followers say?
Right, Mel May. Some of the money's counterfeit. It's late, so my brain's tired. I've got no clue which. I did think Jane Austen though. We got Lollyween. Enough knowledge. Don't have enough knowledge for Holmes this evening. Probably Google. I can guess that some of the notes are fake. I know Churchill and Jane Austen are on notes, but I've never heard of Adam Smith. And I'm unfamiliar with different note denominations.
So she knew more than me because I didn't know they'd started putting them on there. But then why would I? Because I don't go out.
Well, it's not just that. A lot of people don't use notes anymore.
No, I mean since the pandemic, most of it's
contactless goes up to a ton now, doesn't it? So it's,
yeah.
Sorry, for people who aren't in England, a ton's £100. Also, for people who are in America, contactless is not using the chip and pin or signing for it. It's just touching the card to the thing, to the bit, and it pays for it.
Yeah, because I believe that America still use checks as well, don't they?
They do, yeah. Yeah. I haven't even got a check with my bank account. A check, but with my bank account.
I haven't. I don't know.
You have.
I have.
Yeah.
It's ancient.
Yeah. And we've got Angela. Today's one of those. Some of the notes are counterfeit, especially with who they were saying was on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all going for the same bit.
Pretty much. I mean, so right, false charity solution. I'm saying there is forged money in that box. There were harsh calls of protest. One of us cheated. Why on earth? To hurt the poor, to look good here? How can you be so sure? Mr. Holmes asked for quiet. I'll explain in a minute. But first, allow me to ask how much this magnificent buffet of the finest foods cost. Mr. Richardson answered, all in all, about £6,000. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
An impressive sum. £6,000 we could have donated to the orphanages instead.
Yeah.
We prefer to consume it all. Tonight we are celebrating no one but ourselves, gentlemen.
Yeah.
There was another embarrassed silence. Holmes continued. I doubt very much that a rich man was being stingy in this case, or someone was trying to seem more generous than he could afford to be. The forger must have known he was going to be found out, especially as everyone was expecting me to attend the event, as I do every year. No, this must be a wake-up call from an activist. He wanted to illustrate how we celebrate ourselves for no reason, while the true value of our donation lays way below the sum we are prepared to spend on ourselves on this occasion. He's trying to show us up, Mr. Richardson shouted angrily. And he must still be in our midst. He looked around the room angrily, but the forger did not step forward. Holmes answered, instead of trying to find the forger, why don't we remove the counterfeit money and pass around the collecting box again? The forger was kind enough to make false notes clearly recognisable. There are notes with Churchill, Austen and Smith in circulation. However, William Wilberforce, who fought against slavery, never made it onto a banknote. Real £50 notes depict the inventors of the modern steam engine James Watt and Matthew Bolton.
Yeah,
Looking
this is
embarrassed.
this is a strange thing, because it said about pound notes, and there is no pound notes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Looking embarrassed, the club members drew their wallets out of the pockets for the second time. None of them noticed that an elderly gentleman had left the club in the meantime. To be fair,
Yeah.
I mean, what he said is true, and
Yeah.
it quite
we
often
did,
happens in
yes.
donation events. It is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
They pay for lots of entertainment, for lots of food.
It's not just that.
They end up paying out more than they'd take in donations anyway.
Also, it's not just that. I mean, I saw a bit on. It was the one that takes the most money in this country is the Red Cross.
That's right.
Yeah, and they've got their shops and they've got different bits like that. And this tax year they were talking about, they took 162 million, and the amount that actually went through to charity, to the actual charity, was 50 something million. So over 100 million went elsewhere.
No, that's not
Yeah,
even
I mean,
half.
That's a lot of dough.
That is right the way down the line.
But you get all these different ones. You get all these different ones. The CEOs get paid hundreds of thousands a year.
I mean, we like our local charity shop because 100% of the proceeds go to
the bits. Yeah.
The bits.
Yeah.
I also am very fond of the. There's a group of volunteers that are buying up streets of houses that have been pretty much condemned, and 100% of the proceeds go to doing up these streets and houses for our ex-military, which has not only is it a good idea and 100% goes to it, but it actually gives them a community of people that understand each other. There's a higher understanding, so they've still got each other to lean on.
Yes, because
a friend of ours.
Yeah, so a friend of ours, he came out. Yeah, and there was no one there for him at all.
No, they gave him an address.
They gave him an address because he lived in Crawley before.
For help.
Yeah, they gave him an address to go to when he came out. He was in the Paris.
Yeah.
He came out of it, went there, and the address didn't exist anymore. And he contacted them, and they couldn't care less because he weren't in the army anymore. And that's what they get. I mean,
they're told they get help and support and things, and the things that they've seen and things like that, and they've had to deal with are quite unbelievable. So you know, if we've got any servicemen out there watching this,
or service women,
or service animals, come to that.
Not like the service animals going to watch us.
Why?
They can't click.
No, but their own might be watching.
They've got no opposable thumbs. Unless they've got service raccoons.
I don't know if they've ever used raccoons. I know a lot of horses were killed in the First World War after they used them as beasts of burden, pretty much. And it was cheaper to kill them rather than bring them back, which is pretty horrific. But it was important to get the people back as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
But no... So, yeah, no, thank you, anyway. Same goes for police, firemen, and any other service, nurses, doctors. Right. It's all right. I can't find my soapbox, so I'm not going on anymore. But no, anyway.
Right, you're tipping out the wrong way. You need to turn it around.
I need to turn it round to tell Darren what.
Yeah. Because you're going to go back onto the previous one.
Oh, I know who that is. Don't say in case that is the answer. But a ritual. This one's
Scarlet
called.
Pimpernel. Oh, right. A ritual. It was just a few days before Christmas when Holmes opened his door to a totally fraught-looking police officer from the yard, and on his bidding immediately followed the man to Fletcher Street. In the spacious apartment of Lady Winterbottom, Inspector Gregson was waiting for Holmes, looking equally distraught. Holmes, London has never seen the like. Satanists, Holmes. Dark rites, black masses, human sacrifice, and just before Christmas. See for yourself. Heavens above, what's the world coming to? I've been to London. Pretty much that goes on most of the time, doesn't it? Holmes walked into the living room, which at first glance seemed very welcoming. The table was laden with gingerbread, German cinnamon star cookies, sugar plum shortbread. Spread out on the table was a piece of greaseproof paper. The room was decorated with twigs and pine cones. There was a lovely smell of incense and pine needles, of candle wax and the greased paper, of ginger and butter and the fire burning in the tiled stove. In the middle of the room, however, the body of an old woman lay sprawled across an impressive Persian rug. The corpse was anything but ordinary, and it's just possible that for a moment a look of surprise crossed Holmes' usually impassive face. Look, Holmes, the woman is completely naked. Her clothes are strewn all over the place.
What's that?
And there are at least a dozen pentagrams slit into her skin. Pentagrams, Holmes. It's an unholy mess. The work of the devil, secret brethren, Satanists. It's no ordinary murder. This is a ritual sacrifice. Crimes beyond the pale. Gregson. Satanic rites in old Lady Winterbourne's home. I'm not so sure. Did you not notice a smell in the air? The bouquet of aromas, to be more precise. I can assure you there were no more Satanists here than you would expect to find at a service in St. Paul's. Quite a few of them.
No, in honesty,
Yeah.
A lot of it's lack of understanding with bits like that anyway.
It is,
but
yeah.
it's very unusual. Usually, if things like that are carved, I'm not being funny, but it's usually to make it look like it was that rather than actually was that. So I'm going to have to reread that because part of it I wasn't aware of. Although I must admit he did get my attention at the word gingerbread. I do love gingerbread. And I was also quite surprised to hear about the old lady being naked, but each to their own.
Mm.
That's a funny one for you, actually. We had neighbours across the way, and they were Hare Krishnas. This is when I was living at home with Mum and Dad. I was still quite young, and they had no net curtains whatsoever, and they danced around naked in a circle in their living room. The police came to the door for an unrelated thing. It was something about car thieves or something in the area. Anyway, my dad turned around to him and he said, "Can you tell me, is it legal to dance around your front room naked?" To which the policeman turned around and said to him, "You can do what you like in your own home, sir." Now, it sounds like a joke, but this happened. This actually happened, mind you. I mean, honestly, I could fill a book full of my dadisms.
Yeah.
He is funny. He's done the most peculiar things. I went on this posh cruise once. So I went on this posh cruise, and yeah, he loaded up his plate with lychees and poured custard all over them and cream. Yeah. My dad's diabetic as well, but this is my dad.
He wasn't then.
He wasn't then anyway, no. But
they were
only little pickled onions, weren't they?
Yeah, silver screw onions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, he's done the same thing. What did he do? He did something.
He put gravy on profiterole rolls.
Oh, that's right.
He thought they were Yorkshire puddings.
Oh dear, I told you. I've got tons of them. Absolutely tons of them.
He fell asleep in a Z bed.
The blooming thing closed up on him. Yeah.
Yeah, he fell asleep in a Z bed, and the thing shut up on him in the middle of the night.
Mind you, he's been in. You know those beds you pull down from the wall, sort of jobby, the ones where the smaller places. Hello, we talking about your granddad, are we? No, they. He was on a stag thing with some mates or something like that. He was away with the boys anyway. This is going back to when he was about 18. And he felt a bit rough, so he went back to the place first. And you guessed it, he'd had a few to drink, so he forgot to bolt the thing down. So about 2 hours later, his mates turned up, and where is he? He's supposed to be back. And all I could hear was these muffled, "I'm in the bed, in the wall." So yeah. So he said he was really red-headed when he came home. I said,
I'm sure he was.
Surprised you
He was
hanging
hanging
upside down for Christ knows how long. But yeah, no, I've got brilliant. My dad is nuts. He really is. He's completely bonkers, and he gets himself into the worst scrapes, I tell you. But yes.
Hey, you got your
Anyway,
question yesterday?
You want my question from yesterday, which was I haven't got a Scooby-Doo.
Games.
Oh, games and board games.
Yep. Mel May used to buy a new board game each year to play, then started to create old fairground games.
We did that at Halloween when we used to throw big Halloween parties.
They used to also made a pin the game. They've ranged from Carrot on a Snowman, Nose on Rudolph, Horn on the Unicorn. You did Horn on the Unicorn, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. And Star on a Tree. For me, it's time to connect with your inner child, no matter how old you are. Yeah. Got Angela. She says we mainly play card games over Christmas. Play one called Blackjack, not the casino one. And depending on how many of us are playing, we use 2 decks. We also play a type of rummy called doofers. And again, we sometimes need 2 packs. Sometimes myself and kids play Cluedo if it's only the 3 of us.
Yeah, we've got different Cluedos. I'll tell you one that's good to get, actually, people, is one called Payday. And my mum's never been into board games, but she absolutely loves Payday.
We've got 3 versions of that.
I know. If we're actually going over there Christmas Day, I'll surprise her with it. Because she does. She absolutely loves that.
It takes as long as you want as well, because it goes on months, so you pick as many months as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Leanne, last year I bought an adults-only Christmas game, which was good fun. This year for our Christmas Eve box, we have Only Fools and Horses game, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
We also have a new game for Christmas Day called Incoherent, where you guess the word that it sounds like. We also play Scrabble and card games with Cheeseboard.
I mean, the thing is, Christmas, it has that effect on so many people. Even the most sort of like, I don't know, businessmen or things like that, or real stingent people that are normally quite straight-laced and things like that. It's something that takes you back to your childhood. You want to do bits like that. It's just nice.
And we've got Lollyween. Every year we play a card game called Cards Against Humanity.
Ooh.
I've played that once. We've got to get it sometime. But it's great fun. I've just had my best friend over tonight and her fiance, and we played it. And I had an asthma attack. I was laughing so much.
I have that problem now too, actually, I must admit.
Yeah, but it's it's very good because you get blanks. You get bits on it. The something, something, and you've got other cards.
Yeah.
Which have got 2 different words on it, like that, and it's the one who gets the funniest bit.
Oh, I might have a look and see whether I can get that from Tesco's.
Yeah, it's not that cheap, but yeah. So it's.
Yeah, but we're not buying each other anything else apart
from
a bit of chocolate.
Apart from a lot of chocolate, Debbie. The diabetic.
Look, can I be honest with you here, right?
There's a lot of chocolate for the diabetic.
The thing is, I am buying up things while they're on offer.
Yeah.
Because they keep offering club card price on these very nice chocolate.
Come May or June, Debbie will also go through bits and go, oh, do you want any of these? Yeah, I got them. Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want that?
Right, I do it every year. And then I start giving things to my mum and his mum. So, really, I'm just staggering but I just figure that if it's very difficult to understand in some ways, but as being diabetic, you can only have small amounts of things. Well, I'm not being funny. The one thing it has taught me more than anything else is if I'm going to have a small bit of something, it's got to be jolly nice to be worth the sugar. So if I know something's jolly nice and Tesco's have got it on club card price that's really, really good, it would be rude not to. And that's my final word on that.
But that's what we do with other bits anyway. We haven't got the most money in the world, but so we get a lot of burgers. We get flashier burgers. It's like usually about £2.50
We'd
quid
rather have
for two
less,
burgers.
but
It's like today
yeah.
you can buy a pack full of them for like £1, but they taste like crap or they taste of nothing. It's like that, and we'd rather pay the money and get something that's actually worth it.
we'd rather eat less than eat more of something that doesn't taste good, basically.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, it's healthier, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
So, not the chocolate side, obviously, but then again, saying that, because I do it in moderation, it's not bad.
Yeah. Right. What is your question? Everyone is waiting on tenterhooks. What is the question that the great and all powerful wise Debbie is asking today of her followers?
I'm so pleased that he made this up, because it's one of my more basic ones, but I do really want to know, because I thought, it's a bit naff, but you know, I'm nosy, so.
Oh, hail the great Debbie!
I don't get out much, so you just gotta humour me, really.
Yeah, what you got?
Right. I want to know: have you got a Christmas jumper or a Christmas outfit, or do you splurge out each year? I want to know.
Do you get matching pajamas each year?
It's all about Christmas wear, so that can
I haven't got
cover
any about yet, actually.
Eve Day and Boxing Day. So you know, I mean, obviously, if there are people that don't celebrate Christmas, what do you do? Do you still dress up? Do you still have a nice meal, or you know?
Do you wear robes?
Oh, I do like a nice robe. It sounds all. But when we got married, we had a medieval wedding, and our master of speeches was dressed as Merlin, although he did forget his job. Yeah, he followed up behind. So basically, he had this gorgeous cloak that we'd had made.
Which we still got.
Which we still got. We got that
lovely.
back. Yeah.
Fits me nice.
It's beautiful. It really is. But yeah, and he'd rented out this massive white beard. He really didn't need to, but he threw himself into it.
He put his and it's long hair.
It's really,
it was white long hair, wasn't it?
Yeah, white
he had
long
like
hair
that. He looked like Aussie.
But so you had me follow, like, as I was going up the in between the chairs sort of thing,
the aisle
across the bits.
Yeah.
I had maidens. Obviously, it's my head bridesmaid or matron of honour, rather, and then I had bridesmaids and flower girl dressed in all medieval stuff, which Darren's auntie made.
She did a flower. Oh, auntie, my cousin's wife.
Your cousin's wife, yes.
Yeah, because my mum's the youngest,
I find
and it was the eldest.
Very difficult to understand.
It was the eldest ones. Oh, because there's only about 4 or 5 years between them, between my mum and the because like the eldest, her eldest sister's children.
Yeah,
because my mum came a lot later.
Yeah, she was a bit of a surprise. But no, so I had them, and then the page boys. I had loads of page boys because most of my friends had male children, actually.
Yeah. Oh, mum did the page boys one, didn't you?
Yeah, she. No, my best mate's mother did most of them, but your mum did the baby's tabard for my nephew, who was very young at the time.
Did mine, best man's, and the usher's tabards.
That's right, yeah. She also did my dad's, my Uncle Alan's, and my mum's, and her own dress. So we were all decked out medieval. I had mine done by a professional theatre dressmaker.
Yeah.
But yeah, they looked fabulous. Yeah. And we had friends turning up in. One of them turns up in full chainmail, sort of thing.
Yeah, because he wanted to get married in a suit of armour.
And she wouldn't let him. So you know.
he hired some chainmail. Actually, didn't do it.
And she came as a jester. Actually, his wife did. But no, so many people threw themselves into it.
A lot more. Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing, and the room was incredible.
Yeah, because
we had it done as
it was just a race course, but
we couldn't afford a castle.
No, you couldn't have enough people in a castle.
That's right, yeah.
You could only have about 30 people in a castle.
Plus, it would have eaten most of the budget, to be fair.
But no, we went to Brighton Racecourse, which was just an empty room.
It
We
was
just had
an
empty
empty
rooms.
room. You wouldn't
But
believe
we had-
what it transformed like. It
There
was
was a
stunning.
place, I don't think they exist anymore. It was called Decorum. They used to decorate nightclubs,
So they'd like,
and we went round their warehouses and picked what we wanted, and they came out early in the morning and put it all up.
yeah. And oh my God, I mean, my dad, he's very funny, but he wasn't a crying person, and he walked into the room because people had heard different bits like the candle lighting ceremony and bits like that, but nobody really knew what to expect.
Yeah.
And he walked into the room and burst into tears. He'd never seen anything like it. It was stunning. They took our breaths away.
Yeah.
So in actual fact, my sister-in-law was getting remarried this year, and she was asking about bits like that. And unfortunately, it seems that Decorum is no longer going, which is a real shame.
They've got a different place.
Or
They
they
don't
might
need that
have
now anyway,
renamed
do they?
themselves, or
Yeah, so
gone
they
on.
don't. They don't.
I mean, it was 16 years ago, people.
Yeah,
so you know, but
yeah. So they're getting married at a place in Bexhill with all lovely grounds and
it looks
water and bits.
beautiful. And again,
Yeah.
she's going down.
They're going down the Lord of the Rings sort of route, so similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but no, unfortunately, there's no way I'd be able to. I can't
Get
cope
there.
with. Well, for one thing, that's the likelihood of me being able to get out is zero, pretty much.
Yeah. Then you've got to travel all the way to
And-
Bexhill.
Yeah. And not only that, I can't cope with large
Groups
amounts
of
of people. I have to be incredibly familiar with the area to be able to cope with it, and it also means that I couldn't sit in a room with. If I'm moving around a familiar space,
Yeah.
and there's quite a few people, Darren knows enough now to body block me anyway, so that's fine. The biggest thing was when I did the Hogwarts tour a few years back. That took me a lot of meditation and a lot of, I looked at floor plans and
nearly
things
killing
and
what's afterwards.
Oh, the worst thing with that,
Children climbed across her on a wheelchair.
child actually climbed across me while I was in the wheelchair.
After that, you had my mum, you had me blocking you one, but my mum blocking you the other.
Yeah,
bit.
I know. I mean, poor Darren could barely move because his mum had her walker, and she was sort of blocking me sideways, and but honestly, but no, I mean, it was typical because she'd done that to start off with anyway, and then I had my mum as well, and my dad. Well, my dad sort of wanders off really, but no, but no, she was really conscious of keeping people away from me. And it sounds really dramatic, doesn't it? But I just can't cope with new things particularly well. It takes a long, long time, and I mean, yeah. But you can't really do anything about anxiety. If it hits, that's it. There's nothing you can do. But you see, we made sure we knew where exits were. We made sure we knew what we were doing and things like that. So it was all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
So have you forgotten the question?
Did you ask it?
Yes, I did.
I can't remember.
I want to know all clothing.
Oh, that's right.
Whether
Yes.
you've got
Yes, what
Crimbo
clothing you wear.
jumpers, whether you dress up or you pyjama it, or
Was that today? It seemed like it was at least a couple of days ago.
Now Darren thinks I talk too much, but honestly, I mean,
Waffle.
I sort of well, no, because I sort of visualise Lollyween and the rest of you on the lovely Lisa, and it's sort of like, I know I'm talking to the camera, which is fine, but I sort of visualise you looking at me, which has been really healthy for me, actually. But yeah, so, yes. Hey ho. Anyway. Oh, I suppose I better give you a cat one, shouldn't I, really?
No, you don't have to.
Oh,
We had your dad once, didn't we?
We had my dad once, fair enough. We'll go with the dad ones today.
Yeah.
And I'll have a think. I'll tell you about the canary tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Right, my lovelies. And be safe, be careful, and be different.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Eh?
Bye.